always loved art. I've always been someone, like in high school, I always took the art classes, and then when I actually came to college, I realized I had to sacrifice that because it wouldn't fit in my schedule. But I've always had like a talent for like painting and doing stuff like that. And so I've always just loved like doing creative things like that. Like I've always like painted on certain things of like t-shirts, or painted on like sweaters or jackets, or I've done sewing on like jackets and stuff like that. And I didn't actually get the denim idea until this summer. This brand new American Eagle store just opened in my mall, and so I went to do some like back to school shopping, and they had this like setup where if you bought the jeans, they would paint them for free. And I was sitting there and I was like, oh, that's so cool, like someone can paint my jeans. And then I was like, well, I kind of want to do it myself. Like, I think I have a really cool idea, and I don't know if I could communicate that to someone, so why don't I just do it? So I bought like 2 pairs of mom jeans, and then I went to Michael's, and I bought like all this different type of like fabric paint, and I bought like paints online, and so I created my first design in the beginning of August, and it was so much fun. And I thought, you know, what if I just like paint a picture, like what if I just like post a picture of like what I painted? And I posted a picture and people went crazy for it, and that's when I realized that maybe this is something that everyone else would want, so I turned it into like a little business kind of. So I got like, I would churn out like a lot of pairs a week. But then when I first came to school, I was here early for Goon Squad, so I had like a solid week before classes started. So I did do a few pairs then, and it would be like calm. I didn't have to worry about class, I didn't have to study. But there was one pair that I had to do when I had like a big test, and I found that it was harder to like allocate my time correctly, because I mean, I just wanted to paint on jeans all day, but I knew I had to study for that like test, and it was pretty hard. But learning to manage my time is something that I've gotten better at throughout college, so hopefully it gets better from there. I do a weird way of charging, but the base price for painting a pair of jeans for me is $25. So if you come to me and you have a simple design, it's probably gonna only be $25. And then the more elaborate it gets, the more expensive it gets. But I know we're all college students, so I don't try to break the bank. I mean, the most expensive pair I've made was probably like $45. Like really nothing too expensive, only because like, you know, I don't want people to feel like they can't afford something that they really want. Basically, we start out with kind of like, I call it the consultation period. So when they text me and they're like, hey, like I really want a pair of jeans, like I usually start with what color jeans we're going to be working with, because that really affects the design. So like if they want black jeans, white jeans, like normal denim, if it's going to be a darker denim or a lighter denim. And then once we figure out like the baseline of the pair that I'm painting, then I start to talk about like what makes you you, like what symbols are important to you, what types of art are important to you, like is there anything in your life that you want on these jeans? Because sometimes people, like for example, one of my friends, Danielle, who is a customer of mine on Long Island, she lost her father in 9/11, and her favorite symbol for him was the Superman symbol. So when I painted her jeans, I put 2 Superman symbols on the back, and like she absolutely loved them. So I think it's a mix of more like personal with the person that I'm working with, and like making the sketch for that, and then also putting my own like creative twist on it. Because even though like someone can request just like a basic design, I do like to put that personal twist on it. So whenever I see someone wearing my jeans, like I know that although it's my design, it is also a piece of them. And I think it's kind of amazing to be able to do that with someone, like collaborate in that way.